Ladies and gentlemen, in life, we all face hurdles, challenges, and moments where we question ourselves. But 2025 is here, and it's time to shift our mindset, set new goals, and step into a year full of victories. It's time to stop thinking small and start thinking big. This is your time, this is your year. Let's make 2025 the year you conquer every fear and turn every obstacle into an opportunity. When we talk about belief, it's not just about faith in something greater than us. It's about the trust you have in yourself. To believe in your power is to trust that you have everything within you to make 2025 your year to win. Too often, we limit ourselves by our own doubts by comparing our journeys to others. We fail to see the strength and potential we already carry. You have everything you need within you to succeed. But first, you need to believe that you are capable. Believing in your power means knowing that you can overcome challenges, that no setback defines your future. It means seeing yourself as someone who can create change, who can move mountains, even when everything feels like it's working against you. When you truly believe in yourself, there's nothing that can hold you back. Your belief becomes the driving force that pushes you forward, even when the road gets tough. Take a moment to think about everything you've already accomplished. Remember the tough moments you thought you would never get through, and now they're part of your story. You've survived challenges and you've grown through them. That growth is a reminder that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way in 2025. The only thing standing between you and your success is the belief that you can achieve it. Belief doesn't come from external sources. It comes from within. It's about making a conscious decision to stop questioning your worth, your abilities, and your potential. It's about telling yourself every day that you are worthy of success, that you are deserving of happiness, and that you can handle everything life throws at you. Sometimes, belief is not just about feeling confident. It's about acting confident even when you're unsure. It's about pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and doing things you never thought possible. In those moments of doubt, you remind yourself that the only limit is the one you place on yourself. So, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, "I believe in me." When you face a challenge that seems insurmountable, remind yourself, "I have the power to get through this." When you're feeling lost or discouraged, say, "I trust my journey, and I believe in my ability to make it." Belief is a powerful tool, but it's also something you have to practice every single day. It's a mindset shift, a constant reminder that you are in control of your destiny. The world is full of distractions, negativity, and external voices that try to make us doubt ourselves. But none of that matters if you hold firm to the belief that you can win. As you move through 2025, make a commitment to believe in yourself more than ever before. Believe that the dreams you have are not only possible but achievable. Trust that no matter how many times you fall, you will rise. And when you rise, you'll be stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were before. Believing in your power isn't just a motivational quote. It's a lifestyle. It's a constant reminder that you are capable of greatness. So, make 2025 the year that you start believing in yourself more. Start making decisions based on what you can do, not on what you think you can't. Make this the year where your belief in yourself becomes the foundation of everything you do. Believe in your power, because when you do, there's nothing that can stop you from winning. Sometimes, the hardest thing to do is let go of past failures. We carry them with us like a heavy weight, allowing them to shape how we see ourselves and the world around us. But in order to truly step into the future, we must release the grip that the past has on us. Your past does not define you. The mistakes, the setbacks, the moments when you felt like you failed, they don't hold the power to control your future unless you let them. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be ashamed of, but that mindset only keeps us stuck. Every successful person, Every person who has made a significant impact has faced failure. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about learning from it. The most valuable lessons come from the moments when things don't go as planned. These moments give us insight into who we are, what we want, and how we can grow. But instead of learning from failure, many of us hold on to it, replaying it in our minds over and over. We look at it as a reflection of our worth, as if one failed attempt means we are not capable of succeeding. It's time to break free from this toxic cycle, let go of the shame, the guilt, and the self-doubt that accompany past failures. Instead of focusing on the mistakes, focus on the growth, the strength, and the resilience that those experiences have taught you. One of the biggest obstacles to letting go of the past is the fear of repeating it. We become so afraid of making the same mistakes again that we paralyze ourselves, refusing to take action. But in doing so, we are denying ourselves the chance to move forward. The fear of failure becomes more debilitating than the failure itself. We end up staying stuck in the same spot, never growing, never moving. You have to realize that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Even if things don't go as expected, even if you stumble along the way, you are still moving. Every day that you choose to try again, to keep going, is a win. The past may have been tough, but it's not a sentence that you have to serve forever. You have the power to choose what you carry with you and what you leave behind. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending that what happened didn't matter. It means accepting that the past is done. It's over. You can't change what happened, but you can change how you respond to it. You can decide that your past mistakes will not dictate your future actions. Instead, you can use them as stepping stones, as lessons learned that will guide you towards success. Letting go also means forgiving yourself. We are often our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossible standards and beat ourselves up over things that were out of our control, or decisions that we made with the knowledge we had at the time. Forgiveness is not about excusing what went wrong, but about understanding that we are human. We are allowed to make mistakes. We are allowed to learn, to grow, and to evolve. And the most important part is that we are allowed to move on. In 2025, let go of the past that has been holding you back. Let go of the fear, the self-doubt, the regret. Let it all go. Trust that everything you need to succeed is already inside of you, and that the lessons you've learned from the past will only make you stronger. Every step forward, every decision you make to move beyond what once was, is a victory in itself. So, step into this year with a heart open to growth, with a mind focused on the present and the future, and with a spirit that is free from the weight of the past. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your life, your mindset, and your success. Often, we underestimate the power of the influence others have over us. We think that our success depends solely on our efforts, but in reality, it's also deeply connected to the energy and support we receive from the people around us. The right people can lift you up, push you forward, and inspire you to be your best. On the other hand, negative influences can drain your energy, stunt your growth, and hold you back from achieving your full potential. One of the most important decisions you will make in 2025 is choosing who to allow into your life. The people who surround you can either propel you towards your goals or pull you away from them. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to surround yourself with individuals who share your vision, support your dreams, and encourage you when things get tough. These people are your cheerleaders, your mentors, your support system, and your accountability partners. They believe in your potential even when you have doubts about yourself. They remind you of your worth when you forget it, and they push you to aim higher when you feel like giving up. However, it's equally important to be aware of the people who drain your energy. Negative people, those who constantly criticize, complain, or discourage, can slow you down. They can make you doubt yourself, question your worth, and deter you from pursuing your dreams. It's essential to recognize these people and, when possible, distance yourself from them. Their negativity has the potential to poison your mindset, and when your mindset is compromised, your progress is compromised too. Sometimes it's not even about people who are overtly negative. It's about people who don't support your vision because they don't understand it. They may not have bad intentions, but they may not be the right influence for your journey. They may not encourage your growth because they don't share your ambitions, and while they may not be actively pulling you down, their lack of enthusiasm for your goals can affect your drive. It's vital to be aware of this distinction and ensure you're surrounded by people who believe in your mission, even if they don't fully understand it. Building a supportive network isn't just about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. It's about fostering relationships that encourage growth. True growth happens when people challenge each other, inspire each other, and support each other in reaching their potential. In 2025, seek out those who are not afraid to call you out when you're slacking, but who do so with love and the intent to see you succeed. Look for individuals who share similar values and goals, but are also willing to offer new perspectives and ideas. These people will help you grow, push you beyond your comfort zone, and motivate you when you feel like giving up. But building this kind of network takes work. You have to be intentional about who you spend time with. Look at your current circle and ask yourself, are they pushing me toward my goals, or are they holding me back? Do they believe in my vision, or do they dismiss it? Are they lifting me up or dragging me down? Sometimes you have to make hard choices about the people in your life. It may mean letting go of relationships that are no longer serving your growth, even if it's painful. But this is part of the process. You cannot continue to grow if you're constantly being pulled in the opposite direction. It's also important to remember that you, too, are a reflection of the people you spend the most time with. If you want to become more disciplined, find people who are disciplined. If you want to be more positive, seek out people who bring light into your life. Your relationships should be a two-way street, where both parties lift each other up and help each other grow. As you become more intentional about who you allow into your life, you will find that you are surrounded by individuals who help you see possibilities instead of limitations. In 2025, focus on building a circle that challenges you, supports you, and helps you grow. You cannot do this alone. Your success is a product of the people you choose to be around. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with individuals who believe in your dreams, encourage your growth, and bring positivity and motivation into your life. Consistency is the key to achieving long-term success. It's not the big, dramatic moments that shape your future. It's the small, consistent actions that you take every single day. The journey to success doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of small decisions, actions, and habits that compound over time, leading you closer to your goals. The truth is, many people give up just before they're about to see results. They get discouraged because they don't see immediate changes. But real success is built on persistence and consistency, not on overnight achievements. When you commit to consistency, you commit to showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's easy to get excited at the start of a new journey. The idea of success is often motivating, and the first few steps are filled with enthusiasm and hope. But as time passes and the initial excitement fades, it becomes much harder to stay committed. This is when consistency becomes even more crucial. It's during these moments when you feel tired or discouraged that consistency will carry you through. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is often the ability to keep going when things get tough. The beauty of consistency is that it doesn't require perfection. It doesn't matter if you don't always feel motivated or if you make mistakes along the way. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Every day you show up, even when you feel like quitting, you're building momentum. Even small steps count, whether you spend just a few minutes a day working on your goals or a few hours. What matters is that you do it consistently. Over time, those small actions add up, and the progress you make might not be immediately visible, but it's happening in the background. Consistency also teaches you patience. We live in a world where everything is fast, paced, and we're often expecting quick results. We want instant success, instant gratification, but the reality is that success takes time. When you're consistent, you learn to trust the process. You stop obsessing over the end goal and instead focus on the journey. You understand that growth takes time, and you embrace the gradual progress. Patience becomes your ally. You stop rushing to the finish line and start appreciating the small wins along the way. One of the key components of consistency is discipline. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up even when the motivation isn't there. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's what keeps you going even when the excitement of starting something new has worn off. Discipline is the commitment to doing what's necessary every day, whether you feel like it or not. It's what keeps you on track and helps you continue making progress when other people might quit. It's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean you have to do the same thing in exactly the same way every day. Life is unpredictable, and some days might be more difficult than others. Consistency isn't about rigid perfection. It's about maintaining a steady commitment to your goals. Some days you might make more progress than others, and that's okay. The key is to keep showing up, to keep putting in the effort, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect. Another aspect of consistency is tracking your progress. When you're consistent, it's easy to get lost in the day-to-day tasks and forget how far you've come. But tracking your progress helps you stay motivated and reminds you of how much you've achieved. It allows you to see that even the small, daily actions are adding up. This can help you celebrate the milestones, however small they may seem, and keep you motivated to continue. The act of tracking itself is a form of consistency because it requires regular attention and reflection. Ultimately, consistency is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who fall short. It's about staying the course even when the path gets tough, even when the progress seems slow. When you are consistent, you build the discipline, the patience, and the perseverance needed to keep moving forward. Each day you continue, each day you show up. You are building the foundation for your success. Success isn't built on one big breakthrough. It's built on the consistent efforts you make day in and day out. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about showing up every day, giving your best, and trusting the process. Change is inevitable, and it's something that can either excite you or make you fearful. The world is constantly evolving, and to keep moving forward, you have to be adaptable. If you resist change, you'll find yourself stuck in the same place, missing out on opportunities, growth, and the chance to better yourself. But when you learn to embrace change, you unlock the potential for personal growth, new experiences, and fresh opportunities. Change is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, because it's the one constant in life. Adaptability is one of the most important traits you can develop. It's about being flexible and open to new possibilities, even when they're uncomfortable or unfamiliar. The fear of change often comes from uncertainty and the unknown. When we're faced with a situation we haven't encountered before, we naturally feel anxious. We want to stay in our comfort zone because it's familiar and safe, but nothing great comes from staying in the same place. Growth happens when you push yourself out of that comfort zone and learn to adapt to new circumstances, new challenges, and new ways of thinking. One of the reasons people struggle with change is because it requires letting go of control. We want to predict everything, plan every step, and ensure that things go exactly how we want them to. But the reality is, life doesn't work that way. You can't control every outcome, and you can't foresee every challenge. What you can control is your response to those changes, your ability to adapt, to stay calm and focused, and to keep moving forward despite the uncertainty will determine your success. Being adaptable means being willing to learn. It's about recognizing that there is always something new to discover, always something to improve, and always a way to make things better. The more open you are to learning, the more adaptable you become. Life is a constant cycle of learning, and the more willing you are to embrace new ideas, new methods, and new perspectives, the more prepared you'll be for the changes ahead. Adaptability also requires a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles to avoid. When you have a growth mindset, you see every change, every setback, and every difficult situation as a chance to expand your knowledge and skills. You understand that mistakes and failures are part of the process and that they don't define your worth. Instead, they provide valuable lessons that help you become stronger and more capable. Sometimes, change comes unexpectedly. You may find yourself in a situation that you didn't plan for or couldn't have anticipated. But that's where adaptability becomes crucial. When life throws you a curveball, your ability to shift gears, stay positive, and find solutions is what will help you navigate through it. It's about being able to think on your feet, adjust your plans, and keep moving forward, even when things aren't going according to plan. Adapting to change doesn't mean you have to abandon your values or your goals. It's about being flexible in how you achieve them. The core of who you are, your beliefs, and your vision can remain the same, but the way you get there might need to evolve. The world is changing, and the way we do things is changing. If you don't adapt, you'll get left behind. But if you're open to new ideas and willing to adjust, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. The ability to embrace change also means letting go of the past. It's about recognizing that what worked for you in the past might not work for you in the future. Holding on to outdated beliefs, methods, or ways of thinking can hinder your growth. You have to be willing to let go of the past and focus on what's ahead. Change can be difficult, but it's also an opportunity to let go of what's no longer serving you and make space for something better. In 2025, make a commitment to embrace change. Don't shy away from it or let fear hold you back. View change as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to improve. Adapt to the world around you, and you'll find that not only will you thrive in the face of change, but you'll also unlock new possibilities that you never thought were possible. The journey to achieving anything significant begins with small steps. We often hear about big goals, big dreams, and massive achievements, but what is overlooked is that those milestones are built on tiny, consistent actions. It's easy to get overwhelmed when we think about the enormity of what we want to accomplish. It can feel as though the mountain is too high to climb, and that we're too small to make any real impact. But the reality is, every great accomplishment, no matter how monumental it seems, starts with one small action, one small step. When you break down your big goals into smaller, manageable pieces, the path forward becomes clearer and more achievable. The key is to focus on what you can do right now, not on the entire journey. Take the first step, no matter how small it may seem. Each little step builds momentum, and with each one you are getting closer to your goal. The power is in the consistency. It's in showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you doubt yourself. It's about making progress, not perfection. Often we wait for the perfect moment to start. We tell ourselves that we need to have everything in place, all the resources, the perfect strategy, and the perfect circumstances. But the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. There will always be uncertainties, challenges, and unexpected hurdles along the way. What matters is starting, even with limited resources or knowledge. By taking the first step, you're telling yourself that you trust the process. You believe that progress, no matter how small, is better than staying stuck in the planning phase forever. It's also important to remember that small steps don't just mean actions. They also refer to the way we think and feel. It's the mindset shifts, the daily habits, and the small changes in how we approach our goals. Sometimes all it takes is a slight shift in perspective or a change in how you speak to yourself. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," say, "I'll take one step at a time." Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," start thinking, "I can start today, and I'll figure out the next step tomorrow." These small mental shifts are just as crucial as the physical actions you take. They shape how you move forward. One of the reasons people give up on their goals is because they don't see immediate results. But remember, small steps are about consistency, not instant gratification. They are about laying the foundation, brick by brick, for something bigger and better. Progress may feel slow, but every step is a step closer. It's the accumulation of these small steps that leads to massive results. And while it may take time, each action builds confidence. Each victory, no matter how small, gives you the strength to continue. One of the challenges we face is getting discouraged when progress feels too slow or when we don't see immediate rewards. This is when the power of small steps becomes even more important. It's about having the patience to trust that even though you might not see results today, the actions you're taking are building towards something greater. Even on days when progress feels insignificant, remember that these days are part of the process. Trust that what you are doing is not wasted effort, and that in time it will pay off. Take a moment and look at where you are right now. You've probably already taken many small steps, and each one has gotten you closer to where you are today. It doesn't matter how far you've come. What matters is that you're moving. It's the consistency of taking one small step after another that brings about long-term change. So, don't get disheartened by the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Instead, focus on the steps you can take today, knowing that with every small action you're moving forward, you're progressing, and you're one step closer to winning. Celebrating every success, no matter how small, is crucial for maintaining motivation and reinforcing positive habits. In a world where we are often focused on what's next or what we haven't achieved yet, it's easy to overlook the progress we've made along the way. But the truth is, every step forward, every achievement, no matter how minor it seems, is a victory. Celebrating these moments helps build momentum and reminds you that you are capable of success. It's about recognizing that success isn't just about reaching the end goal. It's about appreciating the journey and the small wins that accumulate over time. When we reach a goal, it's easy to think that we need to move on to the next challenge immediately. We feel like we must constantly strive for more, always pushing ourselves toward the next big achievement. But if we don't take the time to celebrate our successes, we run the risk of burnout and losing sight of how far we've come. Celebrating success isn't about becoming complacent or resting on your laurels. It's about acknowledging your effort, reinforcing the positive behaviors that led you to that point, and recharging your energy for the next challenge. Small wins are just as important as big ones. When you break down your larger goals into smaller, more manageable tasks, each accomplishment becomes a reason to celebrate. Completing a task, reaching a milestone, or overcoming a challenge are all moments worth celebrating. These small victories accumulate, and over time they lead to bigger achievements. By celebrating them, you reinforce the idea that success is achievable, and you remind yourself that every step, no matter how small, is part of the greater journey. Celebrating success also helps you stay motivated. When you acknowledge and celebrate your progress, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. This positive reinforcement encourages you to continue pushing forward, even when the road gets tough. Without these moments of recognition, it's easy to become discouraged or lose sight of your goals. Taking the time to celebrate your successes boosts your confidence and helps you stay focused on your objectives. It reminds you that you are moving forward, even if the progress feels slow at times. However, celebrating success doesn't always have to be a grand event. It can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on what you've achieved, giving yourself a pat on the back, or sharing your accomplishment with someone who supports you. Sometimes it's just about acknowledging the hard work you've put in and taking a brief pause to recognize that you've made progress. Even the smallest celebrations can have a big impact on your mindset and your motivation. It's also important to celebrate success in a way that aligns with your values and personal goals. Success doesn't look the same for everyone, and what feels like a victory for one person might not resonate with another. For some, celebrating success may mean treating themselves to something special, while for others, it might mean taking time to reflect or share the accomplishment with friends and family. The way you celebrate should feel authentic to you and your journey. Whatever form it takes, the important thing is that you take the time to honor your progress. In the pursuit of bigger goals, it's easy to overlook the importance of these small celebrations. But the reality is, without them, we may lose sight of why we're working so hard in the first place. The process of setting and achieving goals is not just about the end result. It's about enjoying the small wins, learning from each experience, and growing along the way. Celebrating success isn't just a reward for completing a task. It's a reminder that the journey itself is worth appreciating. Taking time to celebrate doesn't mean you are not driven or focused. In fact, celebrating your success can fuel your passion and determination to keep going. It helps you stay grounded, positive, and energized as you continue working toward your larger goals. Recognize that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. So, make it a habit to celebrate each success, and watch how it transforms your mindset, keeping you motivated and excited to continue the journey ahead.